back to the Geelong Cricket Show here on Saturday morning, sunny Saturday, here in our great city of Geelong. Our special guest this morning, Grant Dew, President of the Geelong Cricket Association, and also still playing Division 1 firsts with the East Belmont Cricket Club. First of all, let's concentrate on the President's hat. Grant, how have you found it this season?
It's been very good, Graham. It's been a great season. I think I'm really lucky that I have a very hard-working committee behind me, and they certainly make sure that we try and run it as smooth as we possibly can. But it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it.
Obviously, plenty of tasks on your plate now as president of the GCA. Grant, one of those over the last few weeks has been to travel up to Albury and have a look at everything that was set up there for the country championships. Just tell us a little bit about the trip that you did undertake and what you found out. Obviously, hoping to host that tournament in 2012.
Yeah, the idea behind it was Geelong is putting in to be the Victorian representative for the country championships in 2012. The idea is that we want to have a look at how it goes on the ground with the actual running of the tournament, and hopefully we could see some things that Albury could make mistakes for us, if you like, so that things that we liked, things that we didn't like. We've spoken to the Victorian team management about things that they liked, and we're also going to be talking to the three Geelong representatives to get a player's perspective on how the championships went up there.
Do we have any indication on when a decision will be made? I know you were telling us just before we came back that there's two other areas from around Victoria that are actually bidding for the right to host the championships, and any indication on when a decision will be made?
Well, we're expecting some visits from a couple of VCCL delegates during the ensuing months, and we think it'll be towards the middle of the year. So hopefully May we'll have some good news to report with any luck.
And one thing, Grant, for our Melbourne viewers particularly, but we're certainly very proud of our cricket facilities around Geelong, that the City of Greater Geelong have been very supportive to the GCA and the member clubs since about the start of 2007, when the drought conditions started to really bite in hard.
Yeah, the City of Greater Geelong have been fantastic support. They've had a grand renovation program which has been relaying a lot of the major ovals and then hopefully eventually all the ovals with drought-tolerant grasses, and with a view to, first of all, having great grass cover during our drought conditions, and also using less water going forward. So it's been fantastic, and the council certainly to be commended for taking that great step.
Grant, there's been some talk over the last few weeks about the potential for Geelong going into the future, possibly around about 2012, in a time where we might see a lot of change and hopefully a lot of good change down here in terms of the cricket in Geelong. The possibility of having a 2020 franchise in the Big Bash competition, which is going on at the moment. Just keen to get your thoughts on the potential for that and what role potentially the GCA could play as well. I'm
not sure about what role the GCA could play, but I certainly would be supportive of that. I think that would be a fantastic idea. Any move that's going to bring the country's best cricketers and international cricketers to Geelong to expose our better players, hopefully playing it, and also our younger players and our kids. Anything that's going to do that is going to be a fantastic thing, and the GCA will give its full-throated support and any organisational assistance that we can give to that venture.
I was having a think about this one, Graham, actually during the week, and Chris Gale obviously playing for WA in the Big Bash. I can just imagine him walking out. Yes, he's left-handed, so you can see him probably, I think it's the Doug Wade stand end. I think the Grandies would be in danger if Chris Gale walked out to bat at Skilled Stadium with those short boundaries.
Graham, if you cast your mind back, I think Richard Hadley did much the same thing many years ago for New Zealand.
Yes, he did, and Randall the Bear Whitten handled him pretty well as well in those halcyon days on the centre wicket at what was then Cardinia Park. Grant, the 2020 competition on a local basis has been an outstanding success. The three divisions mixing in well. We're now getting down to the last 8 teams, heading towards Australia Day, Grand Final Day at the Western Oval, which is building up to be a big day.
It's certainly going to be a great day. I think that the cricket so far has been fantastic. All of the clubs have really embraced the vision behind the concept, and they've really done some great things. There's been lots of great innovations from the teams themselves, and the clubs are certainly to be congratulated on the way they've handled it. It's building up very nicely with some semi-finals coming up. The weekend before Australia Day, they'll be played simultaneously at Marshall and South Bowen, and their grand final will be played at Geelong West Oval on Australia Day, starting at about 3 o'clock.
You mentioned, Grant, obviously the club's playing a role in a lot of innovations, but in the time that you have been president as well, obviously you've made some key decisions to go after that country championships, also the 2020 competition and the inception of that. When you started off, did you set yourself to obviously make these decisions and make positive decisions as well for the GCA?
Yeah, the idea is, well, the thinking behind it, if you like, that I come to when I came into the presidency was that we are a really good association. We've got some great people involved in cricket and some great clubs. We should be doing great things if we can. You know, the 2020 is virtually the most popular form of the game of cricket, if you like. Why shouldn't we get our slice of it, and why shouldn't we expose so many non-cricket people to a great, exciting form of the game to try and get new people involved in Geelong cricket?
Yeah, Grant, you've had a recent birthday where you've reached a wonderful milestone in one's life.
21.
21, yet again.
And 19, yeah.
Now, your own cricket. I mean, last year we saw you playing in the East Belmont second 11. You had a record-breaking year last year. You're back in the ones, and you're playing very good. You still must be enjoying your great cricket.
Oh, I certainly am enjoying it. It's always great to turn out with the boys. I've been lucky to every now and then sneak a few through the slip scrum and get a couple, but it's been good fun, and seeing some young players come through, it's always good to do.
You've seen a few photos of you this year, Dewey, with the cap on when you're bowling. Obviously, the little spinners. Is that something you've always done? Just not handed the cap over to the umpire?
Many years, Tim. Many years that's been going on. Sunscreen started to get expensive on the top of the head, so the cap was the cheapest option.
And a very effective one at that was the batsman.
Sun Smart option it is.
Sun Smart option.
Yep.
But East Belmont travelling well, and Shane Hurley settling into the captaincy leadership role also very well.
Yeah, Sean, he's doing a great job, Sean. He's really backing his instincts on the field. Obviously he knows a lot about the game. He's played a lot of cricket at the Geelong Cricket Club prior to coming back. He was an East Belmont boy to start with, but he certainly has learned a lot of great people at the Geelong Cricket Club, and he's doing a really good job so far.
It's amazing too when you look at how tight the competition is. I guess you must feel very lucky in a sense to have come into the role in a season where there's 8 sides really competing for that premiership, and even Belpost Hill, I think, sitting 8th at the moment, are only 1 win off 3rd. So obviously it's going to be a really tight finish to the season, and 6 points for East Belmont and 6 points for each club within that top 8 is going to be really important each week.
Oh, it is. We were well inside the top 6. We lost to Geelong West the game before Christmas. We were 8th. We won, snuck home again on the lucky last weekend, and we're back in at, I think, 4th, Graham. So it can change radically from week to week. It's great to play in a really tight competition where the fact that every game really means something. So it's and there's some great cricketers and great teams playing. So you can't let your guard down for a moment.
That's the words of the president and also the player from East Belmont. You cannot let your guard down at the moment. 4 rounds to go, and it's on for young and old in the GCA. We'll take a break on the Geelong Cricket Show and be back to review the GCA after this.